Good afternoon, YouTube, or good night, or good evening, and good morning, whenever you're watching this. So I'm sitting here on lunch, and sitting here just enjoying the nice day, and looking around online for different parts and stuff that I wanted to do to the truck. And it got me thinking about a conversation I had with my wife just a couple of days ago. I told her what I wanted to do with the 05 Silverado truck. And I explained to her how I wanted to put the same exhaust that I have on the 96 on the black truck that we have. And you should have seen her face when she wasn't happy. And so I asked her, I'm like, she hates, and hate's a strong word, but she hates the black truck. She hates how loud it is. She hates that I painted it. And truthfully, her words were, I messed the truck up. Which, it bothered me a little bit. Because, I put a lot of time and effort. And I did what I wanted in that truck. And I think it looks good. I've gotten a lot of compliments on that truck. I've had quite a few people, at least a handful of people. Now, these ain't car or truck people, but have complimented me on this truck, and they've asked me about it. I tell them like it's a, they'll ask me a few things, and I'll tell them like it's a 96, Chevy Silverado K1500. That particular truck, so in 96 they were still C and K trucks, but that actual truck is badged to Silverado. So I tell them that, and they're like, that looks like a new truck. The facelift that it has, and the headlights, the grill, the hood, all of that. And I really appreciate it. And the paint job, everybody that sees it, for the most part, is like, that's, when I tell them, like, I did that in my backyard. Like, they're very, very surprised. And so when she told me, how she feels about my truck, she actually said that she tries to duck down when we're in it. And I know she hates how loud it is. But it kind of surprised me, and it did hurt. But so basically, the topic of this conversation is who do you build your car, your truck? Who do you build it for? A lot of people just go out and buy something and leave it stock, brand new or used, and just leave it stock. And I've never left anything I've ever had stock. Just a few, every truck I've had, I've put a lift on it. Except for one. I had a Ford F-150, a 2003 Ford F-150, and it didn't last long enough to do a lot to. It really didn't. The frame just, it hit a bump and it tweaked, and the engine just really took a dump on me. And I'm not a Ford person, so I really didn't have it in me to put the money into it or any of that. But everything else I've done something to. I had oh man, what was it? I had a 98 Ford Crown Vic station, is it a Crown Vic station wagon? That can't be right. It was a Ford station wagon. From the front end, looked exactly like a cop car. This is over 20 something years ago. I'm sorry. It looked just like a police car from the front end. It was white. And I put a system in it, and tinted the windows, and what else did we do? We put lights underneath of it, and I played with that car a little bit, and then the transmission literally fell out of the bottom of it on the highway. Had a 96 Ford Probe GT, and that car, I mean, wasn't a whole lot to do to it. Put a system in it and tinted the windows, and really played with the engine on that. One, and souped it up a little bit, and I fell asleep while driving and crashed that into the back of an 18-wheeler. I think I was probably about 18 or 19 years old when I did that. And but everything I've had, the Monte Carlo, that was completely done up. Had an 88 Mercury Cougar and did that up. I mean, I could go through the list. I've never had a car that I haven't done something to, and I've left stock. But back to who do you build your vehicle for? When you're building your vehicle. Now, the 2005 is it's a nice truck. You know, the paint on it is really nice, and it's quiet. The exhaust is quiet, and it's got the Bose system in it, so it got tweeters, and the front speakers, the back speakers, and their components, and a factory amp, and it sounds decent. It's a 2005, so it's definitely could use upgrading. But I've already put the kicker solo barracks in it. They're not hooked up yet, but they are in it. And she's like, "You're gonna ruin this truck too." She was like, I like this truck. I feel comfortable in it. I like, when we take this truck out. And so it's got me sitting there thinking, like, so this is my daily driver, so I want to enjoy it. I do. I want to enjoy my truck. I want to like the way it sounds. I want to be able to play my music the way I want to play it. I want it the color I want it. I want it to sit the way I want it to sit. I want the tires on it that I want on it. But I also because anytime we go anywhere I drive and my wife's with me, I want her to feel comfortable. I don't want her to feel like she has to duck her head down because she's embarrassed. So it's got me sitting there thinking, like, what do I do? Do I do what I want to do because it's my vehicle? It is mine, and I'll make it the way I want it? Or do I basically tell her, hey, you've got your vehicle. It's quiet. That's what you drive. Why, I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because I don't want my wife embarrassed to be in my truck. But because she don't like it, and she's got her opinion. It's, I like the flat black look, the matte flat black look. I like that. I do. I like the murdered out black look. And because it's not shining, it's not pretty to her. If it was, the glossy black, she'd be fine with it. But the flat matte, she don't like it. Lifting it up, I took the Nerf bars, the side steps off of it, and I didn't like the way it looked. I just didn't. I've had them on most of my trucks, and I mean, they're helpful, but I don't like the way it looks. So it's my vehicle. And she's like, well, you're lifting the truck, and yeah, I get that. I do. But that's not what I wanted on my vehicle. If I went to you and told, I've asked her to lift her, her Jeep up. Like, I'll lift your Jeep for you, and I hear it's not yours, and this, like, right, it's not mine. So who do you build your vehicle for? Do you build it for yourself? Do you compromise? Do you not do things to it because maybe your wife and kids are going to be in it? Do you leave your Nerf bars on because it'll help the kids and your wife get into it, easier? I don't know. I'm kind of just, I'm out here really asking for opinions and help because I'm stuck between the two. Like I said, I don't want her embarrassed in the vehicle that I'm driving. I want to be able to take my wife out, and when we pull up, it's not a Bentley, it's not a Corvette, it's nothing super fancy, but I want her to be able to get out in style. I want her to be able to not be embarrassed to be seen in what I'm driving. And like I said, the fact that she said what she said about the black one, it was a bit hurtful. And it also made me, step back and think. I do not like a quiet truck. I do not like a quiet truck, especially a lifted quiet truck. I think it I think it should have a growl, that exhaust. I think it should have, if you've ever taken the muffler off of a full-size truck, especially a Chevy, man, them things are three something feet long, and wide as all hell. They're super quiet, no growl. I drive a Chevy Silverado for work, single cab. It's a V6, and it's quiet. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, as far as work, having to drive this thing all day long, quietness is, it's got its things. Would you want to listen to that growl all day long? On road trips, would it get a bit, like, man, this is a bit much? But that's why I put the speakers in my truck. If I don't want to hear the exhaust, I turn the music up. That's why I did it. It ain't because I always have to have the bass up, but it's, if I don't want to hear the exhaust, I can turn my music up. I don't know. I know, whether you're a man or a woman. I mean, leave me your thoughts. Tell me honestly, how you feel about that. Who do you build your vehicle for when you are building your vehicle? I mean, sometimes it determines on what it is. Are you building a race vehicle? Well, yeah, then it's, do what you need to do to get your vehicle to where you want it. It's going to be loud. But as far as the paint, do you decide on the paint color because your significant other don't like it? As a woman, would you not paint your vehicle pink or blue or whatever because your husband didn't like that color or the shade of it? As a man, would you, not paint your vehicle a specific color because your wife don't like that color or thinks that color's ugly and it would embarrass her? Or do you do it because it would embarrass her? And the one thing I will say is, because she does not like my black truck, she will not drive my truck. She refuses to drive my truck. I've offered to let her drive it. She refuses to drive it. If she likes it enough, she might want to take it more than I have it. So, that might be a plus side if you don't want your significant other touching it. I don't like driving her Jeep. It ain't because it's ugly. It ain't because of its color or because it's quiet or because it's a Jeep. It's because it's her vehicle, and if something happens, I'm blamed for it. We've had that happen before, where the radiator blew while I was on the highway, and I had borrowed it because I was doing some work on my truck and had to go pick one of the kids up. And so I took her Jeep, and within 4 minutes of getting on the highway, the radiator just blew. And I was accused and questioned for over a week of how I did it, what I did. Like, what do you mean? Like, things happen, but I don't drive her vehicle. I don't ask to drive her vehicle. Like I said, it's not because of the way it looks. I've got a video on here about her bumpers or her decals and stuff she had on her windows. Like, you don't think that was embarrassing with stickers like, if you're gonna ride my ass, at least pull my hair and all of it. And these girls, and she wasn't considering me when she put them up. The fuzzy steering wheel with the rhinestones and all this. Used to love it when, pull up the light and, guy thinks he's behind the girl and he pulls up and he trying to flirt, and then he, realizes my ugly ass. I just wanted to put this out there. Had a little bit of time to kill, and just see what the internet, the old YouTube, had to say about it. As a man, like I said, I want my wife to not be embarrassed by what we're driving. As a car, truck person, I want to enjoy my vehicle and do what I want to do to it. The exhaust on the black truck, it's loud. It ain't junky sounding by far. There's videos of it. I mean, it sounds, I think, amazing. It's loud, but it sounds amazing. She hates it. She thinks anything loud is junky. So what do? The exhaust has got to go. The exhaust has got to go. 2 Cadillac converters and a 3.5 foot by 2 foot, muffler it's got to go. So I've got to do something. But what do I do? Leave me some comments. Leave me your thoughts, please. I really, really want to know what y'all have to say about this. Like, share, subscribe. Send this video out. I really, really need y'all's help on this. Thank you, and have a great day.